All right, I'm trying this again. My hair looks insane. I'm trying this again because I did it once. It deleted. It was great. And now this one's going to be not so great. So it's fine. Take what you can get, y'all. Um, okay, so this is my Q&A video. I asked on my DS106 Twitter for questions, and y'all didn't ask me any, except for, I think Zay asked me one. And that's it. Yeah, that's literally it. So Zay wants to know what my favorite sport is to watch on TV. He said in TV, but he means on TV. And honestly, baseball is the only sport that I like enjoy, which is kind of weird. I don't really like football. I think it's just because the commentators are just so ridiculously loud all the time, and it's just constant noise. Um, so yeah, that's the only sport I like to watch is baseball. I don't mind going to like football games and like ice hockey games and like that sort of thing, but as far as like on TV, baseball is the only one I'll watch, and it is my favorite in-person sport too. I'm trying to pull up my questions. Since I didn't get really many questions on my Twitter, I put it on my personal Facebook. Well, I guess I didn't really make a DS106 Facebook, but I put it on my Facebook for people to ask me questions that they had like wondered about or whatever, and just told them that I needed it for this class. Sorry, I thought he was waking up. So Kylie got confused. She asked me something weird. But then she said, what has been the hardest thing about raising a child with FPIES? And honestly, for me, it hasn't been that bad because I've just kind of accepted this is how it is. For those of you who don't know what FPIES is, it's essentially an allergy where rather than the typical like rash and throat closing up, like the anaphylactic reactions, it's it's that like people usually think of. It's like vomiting and like diarrhea to the point of where he goes into shock and like loses consciousness. So it's really scary. I didn't really know what was happening the first time, and he like passed out and was unconscious and puked everywhere, and it was just really bad, and I didn't know what was going on. So it's really rare though. It's only about 1 out of every 100 kids that has it, and then usually the kids grow out of it as they get older. Not always, but usually. And so it's not really prevalent um, right now, but it is becoming more like well known, and more awareness is being raised for it. So the hardest part, sorry, my mom used my phone when she came in, so now I have to pull it back up. The hardest part is probably like communicating to other people, like when my mom and his other grandma watch him, like trying to help them understand what he can have and what he can't have, which is really difficult. Usually I just pack the food because my mother-in-law still, even though I give her tons of papers, like this is what he's allergic to, she still asks me what he's allergic to, like all the time. So that's frustrating. So yeah, that's probably the hardest part is like letting other people watch him and like not having complete control over what he's eating when he's not with me. It stresses me out a little bit. Advice that I would give to someone else who is just starting their FPIES journey is just to like get in a support group. I doubt anybody watching this video probably has kids with FPIES or will have kids with FPIES. Oh God, he's waking up. But if you do, like, get in a support group. That's how I survived it. And that way, since there's not much research done about it, you can ask other parents, and that helps a lot. Stephanie wants to know where I want to end up in my adult life. Living, where I want to end up living. I don't really care. Someplace that's not too hot, not too cold, low humidity. But then I also want to live on a beach. So I think I just want to live like various places and like move a lot because I get sick of staying in one place too long. So all over the place. I want to be all over the place. When did I realize that I wanted to be a teacher, and what grade level would I like to teach? I knew I wanted to be a teacher in elementary school in third grade. We did like this math lesson, and I was like, I want to be a teacher. I want to teach other kids how to do math. And I just knew, I guess. It sounds dumb, but and then when I was applying to colleges, everyone was like, you can't be a teacher. You're not going to make any money. It's ridiculous. Pick something else. And so I picked physical therapy based off of, the need for certain professions and how much you make and all that kind of stuff. Not really so much what I was interested in. So I took my first chem class at VCU, my first semester there, and I swore off of all chem classes. It was terrible. I still got to be in the class, but that was not okay for me, and it was really hard. So I applied to Mary Wash so I could come home and live with my parents and save some money while I figured out what the heck I was doing. And then, spur of the moment, I emailed Dr. Broom and was like, hey, how do I get into the education program? And he was like, here, send me this form filled out tonight. And I got in like that. So it was kind of a spur of the moment decision. And I figured I might as well start it. If I don't want to stay in it, then I can just drop out of it and do whatever I decide to do. But I have loved it. Teaching is definitely where I'm supposed to be. As far as grade levels, second and third are my favorite. I really like the maturity of third versus second, but at the same time, in second, you don't have SOLs, which is really nice because tests stress me out, and I know they stress the kids out. So it just takes a level of anxiety off. And then, how do I manage my time between schoolwork and being a mom? Lots of charts, lots of color-coded Google Sheets that get sent out to my mom and Ian's other grandma and his dad, and I have two bosses. I'm a nanny, so I have two girls, but they're from separate families, and both families have split parents. So I essentially have like 4 separate parental units I'm working with, so it's really complicated. Yeah, it's a lot, but I make do with my color-coded charts, and sometimes I take time to myself. That's nice. My mom kept Ian for like 2 hours today so I could go get my hair done. I chopped like 4 inches off. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but it's fine. So yeah, that's how I balance my time. I just try to stay sane, drink a lot of wine at night. So yeah, not in like a sad way. I promise it's fine. Yeah, if you guys have more questions for me, I can make another video or I can answer it in the comments. So just let me know if there's something else you're curious about, whether it's regarding FPIES or something else relevant to my life. And he is awake, so he's calling for Yaya, my mom. So I am going to go ahead and get off this. But yeah, let me know if you have more questions. And thanks for watching this ridiculously long video about my not so interesting life.